controlled the waters. Did she cause this? The Dragon King is furious. He's refusing to give us water, the village elder declared, leaning on his cane. The villagers panicked. But 7 days later, a worse disaster arrived. The sky suddenly turned black as a massive, dark cloud blotted out the sun. It was a plague of locusts. Within an hour, the village's entire wheat field was devoured completely bare. The villagers fell to their knees, crying to the heavens, realizing they were going to starve to death. In the midst of this despair, something bizarre happened at the west end of the village, at the home of a poor widow named Lin Xionyang. When the locusts flew over her small vegetable patch, it was as if they hit an invisible wall. They immediately turned around and fled. Her crops were completely untouched. When Qian Sanyang heard this, she instantly realized what had happened and ran toward the sewage ditch outside of town. It turned out that Lin Xionyang had gone to that same ditch a few days ago, desperately digging for wild vegetables because she and her little daughter, Xiaoya, were starving. While digging in the mud, she found the mangled, bloody, dying dragon. Its scales were completely gone, and its wounds were festering. Only its golden eyes were barely open, flashing with a weak glimmer of light when it saw Xionyang. Xionyang's heart broke. What a sin, she cried, her eyes red. Who could do such a thing? She carefully carried the burning hot, dying dragon home. She boiled water, painstakingly cleaned its wounds, and crushed her very last medicinal herbs to apply to the raw flesh. That night, the dragon developed a severe fever. Xionyang held it against her own chest, using her body heat to keep it warm, while little Xiaoya covered them with her only tattered cotton coat. After 3 days of this tender care, the fever broke. On the 4th morning, the dragon finally spoke. Xionyang was shocked, but overjoyed. The dragon recounted exactly what Qian Sanyang had done to her. That Qian Sanyang is not human. She plucked my scales and ruined my cultivation. The dragon clan relies on our scales to gather water vapor. Without them, I cannot summon clouds or rain. This drought and locust plague, it is because of what she did to me. Hearing this, Xionyang panicked. What do we do? The village crops are all dying. The black dragon took a deep breath, mustering the very last of her weak magic, and blew a tiny wisp of black mist out the window into Xionyang's yard. I can only protect this single courtyard, the dragon whispered before passing out again. When Qian Sanyang arrived at the ditch and found it empty, she knew Xionyang had taken the dragon. Driven by greed, she lied to 2 local bullies, Annie Wang and Sister Lu, telling them Xionyang was hiding a dragon worth hundreds of taels of silver. She promised to split the money if they helped her steal it back. That evening, the 3 wicked women kicked down Xionyang's door. Give me back my dragon. Qian Sanyang sneered. Your dragon? Xionyang trembled with rage. You plucked her scales and threw her in a ditch to die? How dare you demand her back? Grab it, Qian Sanyang ordered. Auntie Wang and Sister Lu tackled Xionyang and pushed little Xiaoya to the ground. In the chaos, Qian Sanyang kicked Xionyang in the ribs and snatched the black dragon away. Without your scales, let's see how much you're worth now. Qian Sanyang laughed cruelly, shaking the helpless creature. But suddenly, the palm of her hand began to burn. Searing black light erupted from the dragon's scabbed wounds. The light grew blindingly bright. Qian Sanyang tried to drop the dragon, but her hands were glued fast. Run! Auntie Wang screamed, but it was too late. The dragon's body expanded rapidly in the blinding light. The rope snapped. Its wounds healed at a visible speed, and miraculously, brand new, pitch-black scales erupted from its skin, larger, darker, and more brilliantly lustrous than before. In the blink of an eye, a massive, majestic 5-meter-long black dragon coiled inside the tiny house. Its golden eyes flashed with lightning. The roof groaned under its sheer size, tiles crashing to the floor. The 3 wicked women collapsed in sheer terror. The dragon looked down at Qian Sanyang, its voice booming like thunder. Qian Sanyang, you stole my pearl, plucked my scales, and threw me into filth. Such profound evil cannot be tolerated by heaven. Dragon King, spare my life. I'll give you all the silver back. Sanyang cried, kowtowing frantically. It was too late. The black dragon tilted her head back and let out a mighty roar that pierced the heavens. Instantly, black clouds blotted out the sky, and thunder roared. A massive purple lightning bolt, as thick as a barrel, crashed down from the clouds, striking Qian Sanyang's house with pinpoint accuracy. The deafening explosion shook the whole village. The house was obliterated into a blazing inferno. Inside the flames, the